teams to play the San Francisco 49ers are 0-13 the following week after
No,
playing
not
them.
not
Yes.
this again. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dorm Debate podcast. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, you see that I'm back in my old room, the classic Yoda background, Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker. Jonathan, you're back home as well for the holidays. So a little improvised version of the Dorm Debate podcast, but nonetheless, we're going to have a great show for you. Caleb is also back home for the holidays, and he is helping some family out during these holiday seasons. So he did give us his lock and upset picks. So lock and upset will happen with no hitches. He's in last now, Caleb. So he got first dibs on his picks. Jonathan, you're now in third. How does that feel?
Let's go. Yeah, it feels great. I'm just getting started. It's like 2 weeks left.
You're in third, but you're only one game back of first.
Only one game back. I'm finishing strong. I believe every single pick I make from now until the end of the season will be correct.
So you're saying you'll go 2-0 this week and 2-0 next week?
Of course, because I've watched enough film on all teams. I know who sucks. I know who's actually real. I know who's legit, and I understand the film.
I can't wait to see who your upset pick is, because I think it's tough to pick an upset this week.
I don't think so, but we'll see.
Well, we had a lot of upsets this week, last week for everybody, during the Christmas Eve and the Christmas Day games. Now, look, let's start off with the AFC, because I think it's the most glaring and most obvious. Mm-hmm. The Miami Dolphins versus the Green Bay Packers. Dolphins lose at home on Christmas, and it was one of the most, I don't want to say demoralizing, because I use that a lot, but it just felt like a game that the Dolphins should have won. You know, they play the Bills. You don't really expect them to win. They don't win. That's fine. You know, they play the 49ers. They don't win, but, you know, they're a great team. They're better than the Packers, and it's at home. And to lose like that, the way Tua threw 3 interceptions and how bad they were. I mean, those were not tipped balls. They weren't close or off the receiver's hands.
Do you think those are uncatchable?
They were uncatchable. I mean, add them to the stat sheet, John.
Just put another 3 on the board.
Yeah, literally. I mean, that one where he threw to Tyreek and it went over his head, triple coverage. There was no window for him to make that.
No.
So now, fast forward to today's Tuesday, but it's going to be Thursday when this comes out. Tua's mostly going to be out with a concussion. He's in concussion protocol yet again, and it looks like Skylar or Teddy Bridgewater, Skylar Thompson, Teddy Bridgewater is going to make the start against the Patriots. Now, the Patriots are right behind them in the standings. So the Dolphins have that last spot, and then right under them is the Patriots. So with one win, I don't know who owns the tiebreaker in that sense.
The Patriots would.
So the Dolphins haven't clinched, correct? The Dolphins haven't.
Not even close. They could potentially have started the year, 8-1, and now be out of the playoffs, just like that. Remember last year they were like a win away from being in the playoffs, and it could happen again. So I guess I want to throw to you guys, what do you make of this Dolphins team? I mean, it's got Tyreek Hill, it's got Jalen Waddle, a semi-decent defense, but without Tua, I don't know if they beat the Patriots at all. They may beat the Jets, who are their last game. But John, how do you think they fare against the Patriots with that defense?
I mean, the Patriots defense is going to get the better of them. If Tua doesn't play, I don't think they're going to win. I don't think they even have a chance to win. Even if Tua does play, he could get knocked out. It's basically, I know it's only Tuesday right now, but he's not going to play. And we haven't got many updates yet, but he's not going to play. And even if he does, I don't think they're going to win. Patriots are going to win this game at home because the Patriots know they have to win this game to keep their playoff hopes alive. So Dolphins are going to be 8-8. Patriots are going to be 8-8. It doesn't even matter who holds the tiebreaker because the Patriots are going to go into Buffalo. I don't know if they're in Buffalo. Let me see. But they play Buffalo, in Buffalo week 18. So they're going to lose that game because Buffalo is still going to have to play their starters because them and the Chiefs are both going to be tied or trying to get that number one seed and get that first round bye. So the Patriots are going to go 1-1, which means I honestly don't know who owns the tiebreaker, and I'll have to look it up. Caleb would be good at. Too bad he's not here. He would look it up for me. But if either of you could look it up, who would have the tiebreaker? I don't know what it comes down to. It obviously comes down to head to head.
The Dolphins beat the Patriots, right? Earlier.
Right, but then if the Patriots beat the Dolphins next week or this week, then they would be 1-1 against each other. So then I think it goes
division?
I think it goes to conference record because it's a wild
conference
card.
record.
But they would be equal in their conference.
Right.
So then I don't know.
Oh,
what
interesting.
I don't know what the next tiebreaker is. So, but basically,
I think then it goes to how many concussions has your QB had.
Okay, so then the Patriots would win that. But then either way, here's what's going to happen: Patriots win this week against the Dolphins, right? And let's say the Jets beat the Seahawks. That means Jets, Patriots, and Dolphins will all be 8-8. Patriots will lose to the Bills to go 8-9. And then the Jets and Dolphins play, and the winner of that game will go into that last wild card spot. Now, I think my prediction is that the Dolphins will win that game against the Jets, no matter who starts at quarterback. It could be Skylar Thompson, it could be Bridgewater, it could be me. They could pick me up if they need a fourth-string guy, and I would win that game because I think their defense would play good enough against the Jets to win that game because they know they need to win that game to get into the playoffs. So I still believe that the Dolphins will make the playoffs, but they're going to have to win that game against the Jets.
Yeah, that's good. That's interesting. And honestly, it's crazy how we're talking about this right now. I mean, the Dolphins, we thought they were on par with the Bills and they were going to battle for a top seed in the playoffs even. And then their season just went into shame starting that game we went to, right? The LA Chargers versus the Miami Dolphins. From that game on, they've been really bad, specifically Tua. And so, I agree. It's going to be tough for them to win this week if Tua doesn't play. But at the same time, you do have Tyreek Hill and Waddle who can make plays happen, right? No matter what, they can make plays happen. They have speed. And so you're going to need a miracle from Tyreek Hill and Waddle. You're going to need them to play really well, exceptionally well, if they want to win this game. But I don't think it's going to be as easy for the Patriots to just pick up this win, despite the Dolphins having a backup quarterback. Because if you've seen the Patriots over the past couple weeks, they've had a little quarrels among them, right? Mac Jones is yelling after every play they don't get right, and he's getting criticized by Julian Edelman, right? There's a bit of chaos and not really a sense of togetherness, and so there's a locker room issue. I think there's a locker room issue. Something's going on where Mac Jones is getting frustrated. I don't know if he's frustrated at the two offensive coordinators, right? It's tough having two offensive coordinators, so he's probably frustrated at that or something. But I sort of think that the Patriots may choke again this week, and there may be some more frustration from Mac Jones and the offense. But again, I think it's going to be a close game. Both teams want to win. It's going to be a close game. But yeah, I just don't. The Patriots don't seem ready for the playoffs right now. Their team is sort of struggling, being consistent and making plays on offense. And Mac Jones is creating a lot of enemies, not only internally but externally. People think he's dirty and all that. I don't think they're ready for the playoffs. I think Dolphins are more ready, despite Tua not potentially playing in this week. So we'll see what happens, but I sort of lean towards the Dolphins this week.
And then you lean towards Dolphins making the playoffs?
Yeah. I think they'll make the playoffs barely. I think they'll barely make the playoffs. But if you have Tyreek Hill and Tua, then they're gonna make stuff happen. They're playmakers. They're probably the best receiver duo in the league. So they're gonna make plays no matter what. And so that's all you need. You just need one play for the game to change, and I think they're gonna do that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot tougher against the Patriots. I think the Jets, although they have a great defense, I'm not sure how healthy Mike White is. We'll see this week how he plays, but I don't know if he's 100%, and even 100% Mike White, it's going to be tough. So I think Dolphins would beat the Jets. I would bet money on that rather than betting money on them beating the Patriots, because that Patriots defense is good. They brought them all the way back last week. I mean, they got a pick six. They were really close to making a huge comeback. But You're right. You're right about Belichick, and there's a lot of arguing on the sideline, and Mac Jones yelling at Belichick and the coordinators, like, you don't like the play calling, and that's definitely not the sign of a good playoff team. But also the Dolphins, you know, if you don't have your best player, Tua, and he's not playing well, then I don't know. I still think Dolphins make it, though. In the end, I think they make it.
Yeah.
But it's such a weird feeling because they were so hot to start the season. And Tua had that stat that he hadn't lost a game he started, and like it just felt like everything was rolling.
Finished, yeah.
That would have been awesome. We thought it was about to be like another rival in the playoffs with Tua and Josh Allen, and but they ruined that for us.
And mid-season, people were flipping their thoughts on Tua. I know, John, we posted that TikTok about his on-target percentage. I remember last year people were throwing shade at Tua all the time and saying he's not accurate and he's not this and he's not an elite quarterback. He's not the guy. And then he has, 6 good games this year.
They call him MVP.
And, mid-season, people flipped their whole tone on Tua, and now he's back to where he was, which is the same adjectives used: inaccurate. He's not very mobile. I was noticing he could not run out of the pocket for his life.
Yeah, I think teams maybe have figured him out. They figured out how to stop him. I think it started with that Chargers defense. They game plan well against him, and I think teams, are starting to mimic that. There's something that they see against Tua that he struggles with, and it's working.
I mean, in my opinion, he doesn't extend the play as much as like a Patrick Mahomes would, or an Aaron Rodgers, where, those aren't the most, mobile guys, but they are fast enough and agile enough to react and extend a play to the left, to the right. He just gets sacked immediately. He has no speed or reaction time. So it doesn't let Tyreek free down the field.
Exactly.
So it's going to be tough for them. I want to transition to another upset that happened. I know Tannehill wasn't playing, but the Titans lose to the Texans. Something that I predicted even if Tannehill started.
Wow.
But it doesn't feel as good since Tannehill didn't play, that I kind of felt like Texans were going to beat him. But they move out of their division-leading spot, and they are now out of the playoffs, and Jags move into that first spot. And who did the Jags beat?
They beat the Jets.
The Jets.
Beat the Jets.
Yeah.
So they're now in fourth. Still, though, even whatever happens this week, still, I think the division will be up to the last game, Titans versus Jags.
Unless the Titans lose to the Cowboys and the Jaguars beat the Texans. In that case, the last game doesn't matter.
But they're tied right now, aren't they?
No. Oh, wait.
They're tied at 7 and 8. So even whatever happens this week, whoever wins that next one, if they're tied, the tiebreaker will.
Oh, right. True.
I think.
Okay. Yeah. I think you're right about that.
It's so confusing with the tiebreakers recently, but to go off the Titans and Jags, John, you said Titans. I don't know, Jonathan, what you said last week. I don't know if you agree with the Jags or not.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on the Titans without Tannehill? And then what are your thoughts on the Jags and how you thought they played against the Jets on, was that Thursday night?
Thursday.
Yeah, I think it was Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to come down to the last game. I mean, I think probably you guys agree that the Titans will lose to the Cowboys, and I think we all think that the Jaguars will beat the Texans. So then it'll come down to the last game. The Titans will have to win it, and then I don't know the tiebreaker. I think it would definitely go to divisional record, but in that case, they would have the same divisional record.
Yeah, it's so confusing.
So then I don't know what happens. But then either way, the Titans are going to have to win that last game. But either way, I don't think that they can win without Tannehill because everybody knows they're so one-dimensional. You have to give the ball to Henry 25 times. Malik Willis can't drop back and throw it 15, 20 times. He just can't.
It's so bad.
So to be so one-dimensional, even if you have Derrick Henry, you just can't. I mean, the Texans, other than that 48-yard run, they actually did pretty good bottling him up. So I think this is the Jaguars' division, and it's their division to lose.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like I told y'all last week, and we witnessed again on Thursday, the Jags are a different team this backstretch of the season. I don't know what happened. I don't know what Doug Peterson did, but this is a completely different team. Trevor Lawrence is playing with so much confidence. He looks really good. He looks mobile. He's extending plays. He's just having fun out there.
Mm-hmm.
This is a dangerous team. If they make the playoffs, this is a dangerous team. The record does not depict who they truly are right now. And so it's going to be exciting to see them. But yeah, this is definitely their division to win. I don't see a team in that division that's better than the Jags right now. The Jags are the best. Titans, yeah, I mean Titans obviously Tannehill's out and stuff, and I don't think they can pull it together. It was embarrassing what happened against the Texans. Yeah, they're done for the season.
I mean, it feels like the Jaguars and the Dolphins have had just complete opposite seasons where Dolphins are up, Jags are down. Then when the Dolphins are down, Jags are rising up at the right time. And I think I would rather be the Jaguars right now being red hot going right into the playoffs if they make it, because they get a home game, just like the Bucks, where, they're barely even 500 and they're going to get a home game in the playoffs to start out. So not only are they red hot, but they're going to get even more momentum when they have a home game. So I like the Jaguars. I said it last week. I'm not really going to say too much about it, but Trevor Lawrence is the guy.
He's a guy.
He's been proven to be the guy. I think Urban Meyer set him back like a full year. Like, this is his rookie season. This is what we should have seen last year. And Urban Meyer ruined that. Doug Peterson, a Super Bowl winning coach. He knows how to coach. He's proved it before. And he's turned this team around. And we should have known when free agency began and they were just throwing money around.
Yeah.
I mean, Doug Peterson must have known that Lawrence was the guy. He must have saw in practice that he's the guy, and he's like, we got to get weapons. Go get Evan Engram. Go get Zay Jones. Go get Christian Kirk. Like, I mean, Travis Etienne now healthy. So he's got all the weapons on offense. The defense is still iffy, but what can you ask for in the first year for Doug Peterson to flip this around so fast? I don't think we should check this if a team that's had the first pick has made the playoffs the very next year. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
crazy.
know if they have.
So I got the Jags. Titans, yeah, like I've said before, they're fake even with Tannehill. Henry, you can't run him 20, 30 times and expect to win unless you're playing an inferior team. And now they don't have Tannehill, and you're the inferior team. You're not beating anybody. So you just lost to the Texans, who had one win. So that's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
I think, like I said before, blow that thing up, bro. Blow it up. Get rid of Malik. Like, they got Treylon Burks. He's good, but
well, the thing is, what do you do with Henry? Because nobody wants
trade him.
Nobody's going to want him. He's got 1 year left. If he gets one good year,
he's at the peak, right? Like, he's like, this
no,
was the peak. He's already, like right here.
Exactly. So
he's got a couple more years, and then you never.
You
could
literally
from him
get
again.
what, like a third-round pick for him?
Oh yeah, it's kind of like what happened to Le'Veon Bell. Just like trade him for a bunch of picks, and you'll never hear from him again. So I think it's how the last couple of Super Bowl winners have been.
Imagine if Henry went to
need him.
Bills or Chiefs.
If he went to the Bills, oh my god! Oh, dude, an RPO with Derrick Henry and Josh Allen.
But then you have Diggs on the outside. Like, there's no way you can win.
Jonathan doesn't like that.
I think there would be the Bills don't look as scary to me as they did. I would argue the Jags offense looks better than the Bills look right now, in my opinion.
That's not
the Chargers.
not a bad take.
The Chargers as a team, not just offense. The Chargers as a team, we can get this later, but the Chargers as a team look better than the Bills right now.
No, okay. Now you've taken it a little bit too far. You have the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah, as we're getting into the playoffs, I think the AFC is going to be really exciting. There could be a lot of upsets that we could be surprised about. So.
Well, when we in a week or 2 weeks when we make our official playoff picks. Because look at the Chargers punched their ticket last night against the Colts. They didn't look fantastic. I don't know. I mean, I watched.
Didn't look fantastic. Their defense.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me
defense
ask you this. I know it's too early, but just initial thoughts. What if the Chargers win their last 2 games and move ahead of the Ravens for the top wild card spot?
Oh, what a game!
And then Chargers play the Jags. Who would you pick in that game? Because I have no idea as of right now. That's like...
I wish that doesn't happen. I hope they all get to play the top teams and maybe potentially upset them.
Yeah.
I think they all can do it. They all have the potential to do it.
Bro, if it stays the same and Chargers get second, they'd play Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Like Joe Burrow versus Herbert.
Oh, that's what we want. That's what we want right here.
I would die. And then we'd have Patrick Mahomes versus Tua, which would just be a complete...
that would be an obliteration.
Tyreek back in Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
That's funny.
Holy crap. Why can't this be tomorrow, bro? Oh, my God. Woo. All right, let's move on to the NFC. So the big talk of the town in the NFC was the Packers defeating the Dolphins. You know, we talked about this earlier. And then, if you listen to last podcast, I was all in on the Lions. I said they wouldn't lose a game, and then they go and lose the next game. So the freaking Panthers, freaking Blackshear, Devonta Foreman, whatever, and Hubbard, 3 running backs. I bet they all had 100 yards on them because it was just a complete, it was so demoralizing because no matter what running back they put in, they were getting 30-yard gain, 30-yard touchdown. I mean, it was sad. It was sad.
But even then, it's not over for them. They can still make it.
It's not, and I still think they're gonna make it. But it just really was like, I don't know. It's like when you ask for something for Christmas and then you get socks. You know, you did get something, but you just get really punched in the gut. And that's how I feel with the Lions. I hope they come back. But look, just like that, in 1 week, the Packers. What do you guys think of the Packers? They have a chance.
They do have a chance. I mean, they're rolling, and Aaron Rodgers said it himself. He said, we will take care of business. So as long as basically, the only way that they don't make the playoffs is if the Commanders beat the Browns this week and beat the Cowboys next week. Potentially, the Cowboys might be sitting players. If the Eagles beat the Saints this week, the Cowboys will have that first wild card locked up and won't have a chance to win the division. So we all expect the Eagles to beat the Saints, even if Minshew plays. So could the Commanders win that last game? That very well could happen against the Cowboys, who are sitting players.
I mean, who do you have as the last spot? I mean, Commanders have it right now, but who do you got when the season ends?
So that's what I wanted to talk about, because I have a stat for you guys, and I know you guys love stats. And I brought a similar stat like this up previously, but I found it again. I dug deep and I found this stat again. Teams to play the San Francisco 49ers are 0-13 the following week after playing them.
Not
yes,
this again.
That is a fact. And the only exception to that is when the Chiefs played them in week 7. The Chiefs had a bye the next week, so they couldn't have played and lost their game. But then the Chiefs came back the next week and won. So you could say it's 1-13. You could say it's 0-13 with an exception. Either way, the Washington Commanders are going to lose this week to the Cleveland Browns at home, and they are favored in that game. And that is going to be my upset pick. But I will say that if they lose that game, they would have to beat the Cowboys in the last game of the season to make the playoffs.
So, what's your conclusion? Do you think the Commanders can keep that spot?
My conclusion, I honestly think that the Packers are going to beat the Vikings in Lambeau this weekend. Then they're going to beat the Lions in Lambeau. I think the Commanders lose this week to the Browns and just absolutely blow this thing up and lose to the Cowboys, who the Cowboys, I think, are going to beat them even with most of their backups. I think Dak and CD and Zeke will play a little bit in the first half and then maybe come out in the second half, I think the Cowboys are still going to win that game.
Dang.
Dang,
Who would have thought the
man.
Packers still had a shot?
I know. Who would have thought?
It's all Tua's fault.
Tua's fault.
Right?
It's all Tua's fault.
That's it.
You can't
mean-
give Aaron Rodgers any more lives than he already had.
Okay, Jared, do you really think the Lions can make it? You know the Packers aren't going to lose to the Vikings and Lions in Lambeau. So you already know they're going 9-8. So that means it's going to come down
9-8?
to... Yeah.
No, the Packers will lose one of those. They got to face the Vikings.
At home in Lambeau.
I don't care if it's
the
in
thing
Antarctica.
Is, with great players, people have been talking so much about Aaron Rodgers and the Packers this season. With great players like that, if you give him a little bit of chance towards the end of the season or towards the end of a game or something, they're gonna
Exactly. It's already done. They already won the last 2 games. You might as well put your money on it now because like Jonathan said, when you have players that are this good, they were the number 1 seed in the NFC last year. They lost one guy, Devontae Adams. They're still good players. They know they have a chance. They're going to take care of business.
Oh, he's going to take care of business. Yes, they're going to take care of business.
Did you guys watch?
I agree with you, John. Packers. I think Packers are going to get that spot.
I must have watched a different game because the Packers didn't win against the Dolphins. The Dolphins lost it.
But
courtesy of
did they end up winning the game or losing?
3 interceptions. They should not have even been in it. It should have been over. And Tua just helped them and got him back into it every time. And they got the ball at the freaking 30 every time. So yeah, Aaron Rodgers is going to win that game. But
are you saying that Jared Goff is better than Tua, and he's going to be able to beat the Packers?
Currently,
in Lambeau?
Currently, I'm saying this. Look, the Lions, I'm going to rock with them because I said it and I did my research last podcast and I'm going to stand by them. But the Vikings, who are 11-0 in 1-possession games and who are first place in the
Guess
NFC
what?
North.
That's about to be 11-1 because this is going to be 1 possession and Packers are going to win.
Aaron Rodgers is not going to lose again.
No,
you gave him the opportunity. It's over.
At what point you got to start putting some respect on the Vikings? They're winning these close games. They are beating teams. They are winning.
They're not. You know yourself. They're not that good. They're not elite.
They have the greatest comeback in NFL history.
They're the fakest 14-3 team ever.
Oh wow!
Least
I can't.
Worst point differential of a 14-3 team in NFL history.
I stand by that the Packers are not the Packers of old, and I wish Caleb was here because I feel like he would kind of say the same. That look, the Packers beating the Dolphins, that's a great win, but it was handed to them. So I don't see that as like a freaking season-turning game. Like I didn't see anything from Aaron Rodgers that was like, oh, he's back. So I'm still gonna go. I'm still gonna go with the Lions.
Answer this to me then. So you're saying Lions are going to beat the Bears this week, the same Bears that Justin Fields put up 167 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 147 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, and they beat 31-30, just barely. Then they're going to go into Lambeau and win that game and beat the Packers, and the Commanders are going to lose one of their next 2 games. You're saying they're probably going to beat the Browns and then lose to the Cowboys?
Commanders are going to lose both games, like you said.
Okay, so then Lions get in.
Yeah.
I just can't fathom how you think that the Lions are going to go into Lambeau in January and win. I don't get that.
Lambeau's not that hard to win in. Like, it is cold and it's terrible, but, dude, we just saw the 49ers do it. And I know the 49ers have a great defense and everything, but it's not like impossible. Game? It's not impossible.
You want to go to that game?
No, heck no. It's cold as cold.
The Aaron Rodgers.
So it is cold.
That's the Aaron Rodgers of the world, the Tom Brady's of the world. They don't lose games like this where it's.
But he did last year. He lost an even important game last year. He does it. It happens all the time. This is to get to the playoffs.
He's not going to let this little swan Jared Goff beat him like that. No, his reputation's on him.
What about Jamal Williams hip thrusting in the end zone?
Yeah, I mean he hasn't done shit in weeks.
He really hasn't. Well, I still am going to rock with the Lions because I like Jared Goff. He's got a great name, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the same.
But hold up. What about the Seahawks? The Seahawks are also 7-8, just like Lions and Packers. And the Seahawks, all they have to do is beat the Jets at home and then beat the Rams at home. Can't they do that?
Yeah, probably.
So if the Seahawks do that, you're saying
if the Seahawks win those two games, they would hold the tiebreaker over the Lions and Packers if they had the same record.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
I see that happening as well.
So then what do we think?
God, there's too many scenarios.
But if the Commanders just beat the Browns this week or beat the Cowboys next week with them maybe resting players, then they're in, and none of the rest of the stuff matters.
So the Commanders just have to win one game.
All they have to do is win one more, and they're in.
All right. Commanders
So
are gonna get it.
yeah, Commanders probably.
They're
all they
not
have to do
going
is
to.
win
You just
one.
said they're not going to beat the Browns.
No,
They're not
no,
going to
they're
beat the
not.
Cowboys.
I know they're not.
They're gonna get in. I think
They're going to beat the Cowboys?
No,
They have a better chance to beat the Cowboys than the Browns. Because the Cowboys are probably going to rest players.
No, that's a good point, though. That's a good point. Because Cowboys aren't going to care about that, you know. Yeah.
But then everybody's going to be pissed because Seahawks, Lions, and Packers will all be playing for that last spot, and Cowboys are just going to be like, "All right, screw it. I don't really care. I'm just going to let them get in."
Before the important season, playoffs.
Yeah,
that's how life goes. Next time we'll win
But I think that the Cowboys could beat them with their backups. I'm not kidding.
I mean, Cooper Rush has had enough experience.
Exactly.
Noah Brown's going to be probably the number one target.
Yeah.
I could see it happening.
Yeah,
Commanders.
I say Commanders, honestly.
And that's not even. We haven't even scratched the surface on the freaking NFC South. That's just a crap show.
Wow. Well,
the Bucks and Panthers play.
So Bucks Panthers, whoever wins that, the Panthers control their fate. If they beat the Bucks and beat the Saints, they win the division.
That's a tall task.
Huge task.
Yep. It is a tall task, but they could do it.
I still think Bucks for now.
I still think Bucks, yeah.
Yeah, same.
But look, I'm not opposed to the Panthers making it. It would just feel a little weird. And
dude, imagine if Panthers had to host the Cowboys in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, like what is that? What is this world?
But Jonathan, are you a little bit worried that Brady is going to have a home game against the Cowboys in the first round, and the Cowboys haven't beat the Bucks? They've played them week 1 the last 2 years and haven't beat them. Do you think you're going to be able to go to Tampa Bay and win?
Yeah, it's a different year. Our pass rush is better. More offensive weapons. Ty Hilton, you saw the big play he made against the Eagles. There's more weapons now. It's a different team, and so I think the Cowboys win that easily. They'll easily end that streak. And
Why do you got to say easily?
It's going to be like 34-13 and stuff like that, you know.
Oh, wow.
Score predictions are ready on a hypothetical game that hasn't even been named yet. What if they play the Panthers, though?
Oh,
51 to 7, probably.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, God. All right. Let's move into...
And by the way, the NFC, I mean, I don't know if you're going to continue. I don't know if we're continuing to talk about that, Jared, but the NFC is wide open. Because Cowboys showed that the Eagles are easily able to be defeated.
That was without Hurts.
Oh, don't give me that. Hurts.
You can't say that.
How is it easy? It came down to a last-second throw.
Yeah, that was
Eagles
are easy to beat.
Look, they're just like the 49ers. Stick any quarterback in there, they'll be successful. That's all it is, guys.
Okay, whoa. Hold up. What about the Cowboys? Stick Cooper Rush in there. They'll be successful. Any quarterback.
They were pretty successful, but Dak is doing a lot better.
Whoa. I don't know about that. Cooper Rush was like 3-1 or something.
The first two teams were pretty easy. The first few teams were pretty easy. And so
you're saying the Eagles that they beat were easy? That wasn't an easy game for Rush to win. He started that game and won.
Yeah, but he didn't win that, did he?
Yeah, in Philly. That was a loss.
ESPN put that stat. They put that stat on Twitter. The Cowboys are not 2-0 against the Eagles, and people got angry at them in the comments.
Well, they beat. They beat the Giants, Commanders, Rams.
I'll say this, Jonathan, backup quarterback. I'll just say it back to you what you said last time.
Everybody knows. You know, what I'm saying now he's a backup quarterback. Minshew is good. Everybody knows he's good. And
Dude, Cooper Rush is good.
But now he's backup quarterback. See what I'm saying?
I think Cooper Rush is better than Gardner Minshew. He's won more games.
Yes, yeah, he is.
Oh, you guys are funny. No, if we had asked this question last week, you guys would never said that, and you know it.
What? No, we would have said Rush is better.
No, you would.
Are you kidding me? You think we
No.
would have said Minshew is better than Cooper
Everybody
Rush?
was hyping Minshew this week. Everybody was hyping Minshew this past week. Cowboys just shut him up. Now you're not going to hear about Minshew again. You talked about Minshew last week. Oh, I can't wait to see him honored, Coach Leaf. Rest in peace, Coach Leaf. I can't wait to see him honored, Coach Leaf. He's going to have a great game and all that. And Cowboys shut him up. And now you're saying Cooper Rush is better than
Dude, he had like over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, and it was good. But
Yeah.
he had 2 interceptions and a fumble.
against a good Cowboys defense. I mean, you can't blame him. I mean, Cowboys are good. What are you going to do?
Yeah, but Hurts wouldn't have done that.
You don't think people could have done worse? Hurts can't throw as good as Minshew. Minshew throws better than Hurts. Okay, Minshew throws better than.
But
I
Hurts can run better.
disagree. I disagree with that.
He can run better, but he wouldn't been able to run on
Hurts makes less mistakes.
I think you're hyping up Minshew a little too much to make
Oh,
it seem
no.
like the Cowboys had a big win.
I'm just repeating what people have said.
No, but before the game, you said Minshew wasn't that good. Now that you won, you're like, oh, he's amazing.
All I'm saying is this: the Eagles beat the Cowboys when they faced a backup quarterback, and then you guys beat them, and they had a backup quarterback. So it's
We
negated.
haven't seen Dak versus Hurts. We haven't.
Yeah,
seen
we haven't seen Dak versus Hurts, so we can't say.
No, you can't do that. You can't.
What do you mean you can't do that?
We can make the exact same argument on why the Eagles are better than the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are better
Yeah,
than the Eagles.
exact
It's the
same.
same. You can't be like, well, Minshew's better, so that means that the win against the Eagles was better. No, because Cooper Rush went like 4-1 this year, so I would take Cooper Rush out of 4-1, so he'd be the better backup. So it's like it's a senseless argument. The fact of the matter is, you guys won't even play in the playoffs anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But
Maybe an NFC
either way, it was a close game, regardless, even with Minshew in. So it wasn't as easy of a win as you saw. I don't know what you were watching.
Wait, we could possibly meet, but not the NFC Championship, right? We could meet somewhere in the playoffs.
Yeah, you could meet in the second round.
Second round, okay.
It's
That could happen.
possible.
That's very possible. It could happen.
Yeah, but you're gonna lose a Brady. So
Oh, come on. That's going to be a cakewalk. Are you kidding me?
what isn't a cakewalk for you?
The games where
No.
they're saving the plays for the playoffs. Those games aren't cakewalks.
Well,
Like,
wait. But in the first round against the Bucks, they could lose that because maybe they'll be winning, but they think they'll win, so they'll save their plays for the Super Bowl, right? And then they might end up losing by
not the
accident.
playoffs. The playoffs, you give it all you got every game.
So there's no excuse if they lose in the playoffs.
no excuses in the playoffs. No.
Okay, I'm remembering this. We're gonna pull this time clock up.
I can't wait because the Cowboys are gonna lose, and then you're
Yeah.
gonna come on this. You're gonna be like, Mike McCarthy needs to be fired. He's just not.
Yeah.
He's not a good coach.
I just don't.
And-
There's nothing we could do. Like if you call plays like that, there's nothing we could do.
yeah,
You
yeah,
guys are gonna say when the Cowboys win big time, you're gonna say, "Oh, that was against Tom Brady and the Bucks. They've been bad this year and all that." You're gonna say stuff like
yeah. I will.
that. Yeah.
Jonathan,
They were.
I know the team you're scared of. You're scared of the 49ers.
I'm scared of 49ers.
Because you guys
49ers,
can't.
I think,
You
are the
guys
best
can't. You guys can't beat them.
I'm hoping somebody upsets them somewhere along the way because they're the best NFC team.
That's
right
the
now. Let's
one
be honest.
team you're scared of.
That's one team I'm scared of this year.
You
yes.
could easily beat the Vikings. You'll easily beat the Bucks. Eagles, you could probably beat.
Yeah.
But 49ers, that's
Yeah.
the team.
I'm hoping somebody upsets them. If somebody upsets them, Cowboys will win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Easy.
Oh, so you don't think they're gonna win the Super Bowl if they face the 49ers?
Not this year, unfortunately.
Wow.
Oh,
That is a bold statement.
even Brock Purdy, you think will beat the Cowboys?
When is Jimmy Garoppolo coming back? Is he coming
I
back?
don't
this
know yet, but he might come back for the playoffs. They're
Okay,
still
well.
evaluating him.
season? If Brock Purdy plays, Dak is going to take him to school.
All right, wait, whoa. But you said if the Cowboys get past the 49ers, they'll win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Well, what about the AFC? You have to play somebody else in the Super Bowl. You think
The
you're going to
NFC
beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl?
Oh, the Cowboys can beat the Chiefs. Yes. The
What?
Chiefs, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
how are you going to beat Mahomes?
Pass rush. Micah Parsons.
Mahomes evades it.
Guys, let me tell you a secret. When NFL players play other top paid NFL players, they give them their best game. They give their best. That's why.
That's right.
What does that
Yeah.
even-
Last
Everybody's
week,
playing his
last
best
week,
Russell
Devontae Adams played a lot of highly paid players, and he did really well.
Did he?
He played
He's
against
on your
T.J.
fantasy
Watt.
He,
Yeah.
I didn't play against TJ Watt.
That's why Russell Wilson's been getting crap. Everybody wants a piece of him because he's getting paid a good amount, $250 million, all that. Yeah, he's gonna get struggled. He's gonna get struggles every week. That's how it is. So that's the same thing that's gonna happen to Patrick Mahomes, Micah Parsons. And yeah, by the way, and Hurts is lucky he didn't play the Cowboys this week. Micah
Why?
Parsons are all talking smack and stuff, saying that the Eagles aren't good because of the entire team, not Hurts per se. So he was gonna back that up. So good thing Hurts didn't play, or else he would have been shut up.
Oh, you guys are on a collision course. I think Eagles Cowboys are going to play in the playoffs. It has to be. Hurts
that's
versus
gonna be
Dak.
fun.
We haven't seen it
All
yet.
right.
We have to see it.
We have to see it.
All right, let's move on to lock and upset. We have a change in the standings. What, you want to talk about something else or no?
No, I'm saying I go first amongst us. Caleb already made his pick, but
Oh, true. Yeah, I got to talk about that. So, since Caleb's not here, as I said before, he made his lock and upset picks because there's a little shift in the standings. As you guys can see, John is in first at 14-11. I am tied with John at 14-11. Jonathan has swapped with Caleb. He is now third at 13-12 over 500. And Caleb went 0-2 and is now 12-13. So everyone went 2-0 except for Caleb went 0-2, unfortunately. So Caleb graced us with his picks because he goes first in lock and upset because he is in last. He says for his lock, he is going with the Chiefs, who I don't know who they're playing. He didn't say.
Broncos.
Chiefs over the Broncos.
He's taking no
Okay.
chances.
Yeah. I couldn't take the Chiefs again. I think I'd taken them a record amount of times. So, Jonathan, you're up with your lock.
my lock is going to be 2 weeks in a row the same team. LA Chargers will defeat the LA Rams.
That's valid. That's very valid.
Who,
I appreciate-
they're both at home for that game. There's no home field advantage. And they both get to stay in their home locker room.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
My pick is going to be. It's the first time I'm really looking at this schedule here. There's a lot of good games. Honestly, it's a lot of teams that are facing that are like both average. But at the end of the day, I gotta put my money where my mouth is. I'm picking the Detroit Lions over the Chicago Bears. They are favored by 6, which
That's
I think
a lot.
that's a lot. That's a lot. I might take +6 Bears.
Yeah.
A little. I don't know.
Hedge your bets.
Yeah, hedge it. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lions as my lock.
All right. Well, you guys make it too easy. I mean, I don't know why you do this, but I'm gonna go 1-0. I'm gonna start the week 1-0. I'm gonna be the first 1-0 person because I'm taking the Cowboys to easily beat Malik Willis on Thursday night.
Oh yeah, that's a given. Yeah.
That's given, yep.
All right. So for the upset, Caleb has picked the Bengals over the Bills. So sorry, Jonathan, he says, because Jonathan, you hate the Bills and you were probably gonna pick the Bengals over the Bills.
I was gonna do it.
And he stole it from you. So you are up for your upset this week.
My upset this week, I'm picking the Seattle Seahawks to defeat the New York Jets.
Wow.
And that's a -2.
I cannot believe that the Seahawks are not favored in that.
Because they get Mike White, and then everyone thinks they're back to normal.
I know, but
guess.
Seahawks are at home, and Seahawks need to win this game. Well, actually, they both need to win this game. But, wow. Okay, good pick. Solid pick.
Thanks.
I am also going to put my money where my mouth is and pick the Minnesota Vikings over the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau.
Wait,
It's so cold.
Ooh.
It's so
wait.
cold.
You picking the Vikings are Not
Packers
Patriots.
Packers
plus
are
three.
3.5-point favorites.
Oh my gosh! Wow. That's good.
Yeah, it's look, Lambeau's cold, but Kirk Thuggins gonna be wearing all those chains on the freaking flight back home after a quick dub in Lambeau. Easy peasy.
Well, I'll let everybody know. I don't know if you guys remember what Justin Jefferson's stat line was the last time these teams played. It was week 1. Jefferson had 9 catches, 184 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I don't know who's going to guard him, but they better figure that out because their next best receiver was Thielen with 3 catches for 36 yards.
And now they got TJ Hawkinson, who
Now they got Hawkinson.
He had himself a week.
Oh,
My
yeah.
goodness. If you had him in fantasy, oh, you have all the luck in the world.
Well,
All right, John. Pick it. Let's go. You
My
gotta
upset-
pick. You gotta pick it.
my
You gotta
upset,
pick it.
I'm going to put my money where my mouth is as well. The Washington Commanders will lose at home. They know they need to win to make the playoffs. They're going to lose at home to the Cleveland Browns because teams to play the San Francisco 49ers are 0-13 the following week. I don't know what it is. Maybe the 49ers just have such a good defense that teams now know how to stop the Commanders or stop the other team's offense. But I think Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper going to go to Washington and beat the Commanders.
Wow. Even though the Browns are out of playoff contention, you think they're gonna end up defeating the Commanders, who are really trying to get into the playoffs?
Yes.
Look, I want Deshaun Watson to lose, so I would say Commanders in that. But look, I can't argue with the numbers.
The stats say something, and
That's
I just give you guys the stats that I find.
That's a stat that like ESPN shows after the Commanders lose.
They're like, oh, by the way, teams that play the 49ers are 0-14. So we all knew Commanders were going to lose to the Browns, but do we want to tell you now? Like, bro, why didn't you tell me before the game so I could bet on it?
Yeah. That's how it always works. Yeah, but we got some great slated games. And look, we have 2 weeks left in the NFL season, and yet we still don't know these last wild card spots.
And we probably won't know them after this week. It'll go down to week 18.
The AFC South, NFC South, we won't even know.
We won't.
So it's crazy. It's going to go down to the wire, and I'm excited. I'm here for it. I just want the playoffs to start. That's all I want. I want
to do my
Burrow.
playoff bracket. I'm going to have a perfect playoff bracket.
Yeah, right. I just can't wait for the matchups. And Herbert is finally in the playoffs. And I think the Giants aren't technically in, but they're probably going to be in, right?
Yeah, all they have
in?
to do is win one more game. And they're going to beat the Colts this week, so.
Yeah, so that means all of our teams, Chargers, Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, are all in for the first time ever. That's amazing. That's so fun.
Wow.
So we're all picking our own teams to win the Super Bowl.
No, I'm not picking the. I want to be right. I want to wait. We need like a prize for the playoff bracket. Like we need like a prize for somebody who wins or something. Because otherwise Jonathan's just gonna pick Cowboys. Caleb's just gonna pick Eagles.
I'm gonna pick the team that has the best shot of winning. I'm not gonna be biased. I'm just gonna pick the best.
That's fair. But Caleb won't. So we need to get Caleb to pick.
Jonathan won't either. He's such a liar.
I'm picking the best team.
That's why I'm saying we need like a prize. Let's each put like $5,000 in it or something.
Yeah, just a light 5,000 to lay
all
on the
my
table.
savings.
Yeah, sure. Just empty the bank account. Let's do it. Screw it. Why not?
Take out a loan.
How about winner gets 1 Bitcoin?
How about winner? Everybody, whoever loses has to take the winner to Fogo de Chao. Next time.
That's good. That was a great steakhouse. Shout out to Fogo de Chao. Sponsor us. It'd be great. maybe send us some frozen steaks. That'd be nice. All right, so that concludes episode 16 of the Dorm Debate podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button and comment down below your picks for the playoffs. I really want to see who you think will get those wild card spots and who will win the AFC and NFC South. Maybe you don't think the Patriots or the Bucs will win it, and Tom Brady won't make the playoffs for the first time ever. It would be insane if he wasn't in it. But yeah, let us know down below. Also follow us over on TikTok and on Instagram at Dorm Debate Podcast, and follow us over on Chalkboard. The link will be in the description. And you can talk to us during the live games and interact with all the other fans that join our Chalkboard. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and we will see you guys next week.